Good morning. I'm Dr. Godandraman Chinnathambi. I teach English in the English Language Center at the University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Ibra, Sultanate of Oman. The topic of my presentation is online teaching and online assessment, a critical study. The COVID-19 outbreak forced educational institutions to close, and it had a wide range of consequences. As a stopgap measure, online education is being used around the world, although it has its own drawbacks and advantages. This change has provided a way for students to continue with their education despite the pandemic. So this study investigates teachers' opinions of online teaching and online assessment during the COVID-19 pandemic, adopting quantitative research methodology. The purpose of this study is to determine teachers' opinions of online teaching and assessment during the COVID-19 outbreak at UTAS Ibra. 5 null hypotheses were formulated to study teachers' opinions of online teaching and online assessment. The first 2 study teachers' opinions of online teaching, and from 3 to 5, the hypothesis, null hypothesis, to study online assessment. You can see on the screen. Okay, let's move to the scope of the study. The quick transition from direct class to virtual learning has impacted all stakeholders. Thus, the purpose of this study is to find out teachers' opinions of online teaching and online assessment at the University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Ibra, Oman. The findings of the study will help the administration and the teachers to identify and mitigate the negative factors that exist currently in the online mode of teaching and assessment. Also, they will help higher education institutions in Oman and in other countries to provide quality education. The study employed quantitative research methodology. Primary data were acquired via survey form, and the secondary data were through Google Scholar and Procost databases, respectively. The participants of the study were the teachers of the participants of the study were the teachers of English language centers at the University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Ibra, Oman. The respondents were both male and female with a different age group, different nationalities, and different levels of teaching at the General Foundation Program of UTAS Ibra. Out of the 81 teachers, 55 sent in their responses. A self-designed questionnaire was prepared using Google Forms with the 3 types of questions such as dichotomous, MCQs using Likert scale, and open-ended. Google Forms was used as a tool to collect responses from the teachers, and a statistical package for social sciences, SPSS, was used for data interpretation. So this bar chart shows the respondents by gender category. There were about 53% male and 48% female respondents in this study. And the 1.2 pie diagram shows the age category. There are 4 age categories, 25 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, and 50 and above. So that's what we say. The thin one stands for the 0 category, that is age between 25 and 29. Okay, let's see the second pie diagram, which stands for nationality. The small slice shows the percentage of Omanis, the local English teachers, and the bigger one shows the percentage of expats. And below that, there is a bar chart that represents the respondents by level start. And you can see here there are 5. From level 1 to 4, the teachers belong to General Foundation Program. Number 5 stands for teachers who are teaching at the Post Foundation Program, respectively. Okay, let's see the first null hypothesis that we formulated for this study. Level of perception of online teaching for educators during COVID-19 is equally distributed. In order to test this null hypothesis, we ran chi-square test for goodness of fit of equality of level perception of teachers on online teaching during COVID-19 outbreak. You can see the chart on the screen. From the chart, we can understand that the p-value exceeds 0.05. So the null hypothesis is accepted at the 5% level of significance. Hence, it is clear from the table that the level of perception of teachers on online teaching is equally distributed. Based on the observed data, 26 teachers belong to moderate level. You can see here. And 15 teachers belong to the high level. Thus, the result indicates that online teaching is successful. Based on the results, it can be concluded that the policy regarding online teaching can be sustained. Okay, let's move on to the next hypothesis. The next one is there is no association between gender and the level of perception of teachers on online teaching during COVID-19 outbreak. So for this, we ran a chi-square test for association between gender and the level of perception of teachers on online teaching during COVID-19 outbreak. You can see the chart. Here the p-value is greater than 0.05. So the null hypothesis is accepted at the 5% significant level. As a result, it is stated that there is no substantial difference in perception of online instruction across gender and the level of perception of teachers. Based on the row percentage, 27.6% of male show a high level of agreement in their perception on online teaching, whereas 30.8% of females show a low level of agreement in their perception of online teaching. Thus, from the result, there is no significant variations in the opinions of teachers on online teaching. So based on the findings, it is recommended to sustain the policy regarding online teaching. Let's move on to assessment. So we have three null hypotheses here. There is no difference in average online assessment score for any gender. There is no difference in average online assessment score among the age group. The effect of gender on average assessment score does not depend on the effect of age category. So in order to test this hypothesis, we ran two-way ANOVA. What you see on the screen is the result of two-way ANOVA test. So what we can infer from this test is p-value for gender, age category and interaction between gender and age category are greater than 0.05 for all factors. So we do not reject null hypothesis at 5% level of significance for these variables. Therefore, it reveals that there is no significant difference among age category, gender and interaction terms for all factors. However, the p-value for interaction between gender and age category is less than 0.05. For the factor, online assessment is easy to carry out. So we reject null hypothesis at 5% level of significance. We conclude that there is an interaction effect between gender and age category on average online assessment score. For the factor, online assessment is easy to carry out. So from the above observation, we noticed that the teachers were able to accomplish online assessment effectively. The final part is the limitation, conclusion and the recommendation. The main limitation of this study is that the data were collected only from Utah Zebra Oman. Therefore, the findings of the study cannot be generalized. To get exact teachers' perception of online teaching and assessment, data should be collected from other educational institutions in Oman. Another limitation is in the research methodology. We applied only quantitative research methodology, so other research methods can be tried in such a research topic. So there are opportunities for further research in this area. Based on the findings, we can conclude that the teachers found online teaching and online assessment effective. Hence, it's recommended to sustain the policy direction and continue with the online teaching and online assessment. So references here. Thank you so much for being with me.